Padre, ayuda.
What's up, teachers? Magandang gabi. Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Di ba? Teachers, magandang gabi. Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Welcome to our fourth TLTVE halo-halo session natin for tonight na po. Di ba? Okay, let's sisimulan natin ang gabing ito, di ba? Ayun. Last Monday, napag-usapan natin yung fast talk session natin. And tonight naman, teachers, pag-usapan natin yung fourth halo-halo session. Yun naman pala, sir. Ganun. Aha, aha. Pasok mga suki. Presyong divisoria. 10-10, 20-20, at marami pang iba. Uy, ano nangyari sa camera ko? Ba't di siya nag-ano? Siya nag-start up. Okay. Ayun. Itutok natin si camera. Ayan. Welcome once again to our fourth halo-halo session po natin. Sige nga, attendance check muna tayo, di ba? Uy, eto si Ma'am Madzra Hamza. Good evening, Sir Chan, watching from Tawi-Tawi, no? Napakalayo pa talaga, no? Napakalayo niyo po, ma'am. Pero again, I salute you for being here with Sir Chan Tambayan. Hindi po kayo nagkakamali sa inyong sinalihan na grupo po natin tonight. Pa-accept po, sir, no? Sige, hanapin ko muna yung mga ano natin, ano po. Ayun. Join na po, join sa ating Sir Chance little TLE Tambayan tonight. And we will be not talking the fourth TLTVE sessions po natin. No? So teachers, tonight is August 14, 2024. So imagine, no? Ilang days na lang, no? Good evening, Sir Chan, watching from Zamboanga City, no? Layo nyo pa. Ito pa talaga from Palawan, di ba? Gusto ko magpunta ng Palawan, Ma'am Angelica, no? Angelica Vicente Cabaltera, no? So, gusto ko magpalawan ako tapos gusto kong ano mo ako, i-tour mo ako sa Palawan ninyo. No? So, sarap kaya siguro sa Palawan doon, 'di ba? So, ayan. Ba't mainit yung ano ko ngayon? Hold on ha, i-switch on ko muna yung ano ko. Ang init ah. Yun, switch on na. Good evening, sir, from the province of Aklan. No? I think we are now on the good number to start. We have 42 viewers from our Facebook Live, and we have 40 viewers from our ano to, Zoom Live po natin. Ayun. Let's start, teachers, para mas marami tayong matutunan tonight. Okay? Let us always remember that we are in the most holy presence of our dear God and Savior. For our brothers and sisters who are in Muslim communities, and for all those who belong to other religions as well, you may say your own prayer. Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we praise your most holy name, for you have made heaven and earth. We ask forgiveness for our sins, for our failures, for our lapses. We thank you for all the blessings that we continue to enjoy each day, for the gift of life, gift of love, gift of friendship, gift of wisdom and knowledge, and gift of freedom. Father God, we ask you to please guide these learners tonight. Guide them that they may be able to understand the concepts, and may the concepts that we will be talking tonight be retained in their hearts and mind, and be used to them on September 29, dear Father. Father God, never leave them, for you only know the desires of their hearts. Bless the lecturer, dear Father. Send forth thy Holy Spirit and enlighten my mind to be able to provide them with the best idea and knowledge that I could possibly have. We ask this, dear Holy Father, through your most holy Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe of Cebu, the patroness of Sir Chance Tilitambayan, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Magandang gabi once again, no? Pasensya na po teacher, may ubo pa rin ako. Nauubo pa rin ako pero wala, hindi ito ano, no? Hindi ito makatinag sa ating pagre-review tonight. Recording on this computer. So tonight, teachers, ang dami natin pag-uusapan ng mga konsepto, halo-halo nga lang siya. No? Halo-halo nga lang siya. So we stopped at numbers. Hindi muna tayo magtotalk ng mga numbers. Kung merong numbers man, konti lang, di ba? Kaya I think yung fast talk natin or yung next session natin is isa natin yung mga numbers ulit para at least masanay na kayo along the way. Di ba? Let's proceed, teachers, on question number 1. Kay dami-daming mga tanong. Unang tanong for tonight is that, unang tanong, anong electronic component or device na kung saan used to amplify switch electronic signals? No? Teachers, meron po tayong clue word dito. Anong clue word dito? Your clue word here is component. Electronic component. Uy, bakit pangitan? Yun ang ano ha. Electronic component. Pangalawa, amplify signal. Wala na. Halatang halata na teachers, ano? Walang ibang electronic component na mag-a-amplify ng signal or mag-switch electronic signal. No? Walang-wala yan doon sa iba. Kundi only we have what letter? Is it letter A? Capacitor. Letter B, transistor. Letter C, diode. And letter D, resistor. May sumagot na letter A, capacitor. Tatandaan niyo po, teachers, capacitor po, teachers, ito po ay component ng electronics technology na kung saan it stores electrical charges. Again, capacitor to store. Capacitor to store electronic charges. Ano nga ulit yung tawag natin sa material in between the plates of the capacitor natin? So that both of the plates will not be joining each other? Anong tawag natin doon? Ha? Anong tawag natin sa material in between the plates of the capacitor natin so that both plates will not be touching each other? Ito yung tawag natin dielectric. Di ba? It's dielectric material po natin. Now, di ba sa konsepto ng dielectric material po natin, sabi doon, in the concept of dielectric material, the farther the plates are there, the lesser the storage it can possibly have. Tama? Di ba? The farther the plates it can have, or the farther the plates it has, the lesser the storage it can possibly have. No? So yun po yung condition doon. Therefore, kung long distance relationship, wala masyadong connection. Pero kapag if there is this close contact, no, malapit na malapit, no, talagang mas malakas ang kanilang connection. Yun po yung tinatawag nating concept about capacitor, and that is called dielectric. Dielectric, it is a material placed in between plates of our capacitors po natin. No? So it stores, it releases. Ganon, di ba? It stores and it releases electrical energy natin. But then the question of the teachers is not about amplifying, no? It's not about amplifying kasi. It's all about capacitor is all about storing natin. All right? Now, we will eliminate resistor. Bakit? If capacitor is to store, resistor naman is to resist, tama? Uy, sir, very basic yan ah. No? Resist, restrict. No? Resistor teaches controller restricts the flow of current in a given circuit. No? Again, wala po siyang kakayahan na mag-amplify, but then ang kakayahan lang po is to restrict and resist the flow of current. Kumbaga to control the flow of current. Kaya nga resist, di ba? It resists. Yun po yung resistors natin. Now, maganda tong resistor kasi dami niyang calculations. Di ba? Master na po ba kayo sa resistor? Master na po ba kayo sa resistor? Ano? Di ba? Babasagin natin ang resistor next week. Titingnan natin kung gaano nyo ka-master i-calculate ang bawat color ng ating resistors natin. Oh, yun. Hold on. No. Aha. Ipin ko muna tong video ko. Ayun, no? So we were left with two answers, transistors or diode. Now, teachers, meron tayong tinatawag na diode. Now, si diode, teachers, ito isang semiconductor. Pero hindi po siya gaya ng transistor that is to amplify or switch electronic signal. It's because diode, teachers, has a different function. Ano ba yung function ng ating diode? 'Di ba? What is the function of our diode? Kung baga, si diode, teachers, traffic enforcer. 'Di ba? Kung si resistor taga-oppose kontra bida, si diode naman bida-bida. Bakit sa bida-bida, sir? Kasi it routes the flow of current in one direction only. Again, si diode is a semiconductor device that allows the current to flow in one direction only. Kung baga, diode, ilagay din dito, one current direction. Yun. Yun po yung tinatawag nating diode. Now, meron tayong diode, teachers. May terminal po. May dalawang terminal po yung diode po natin. Tama? We have terminals or two terminals of diode. Now, kindly comment down what is the positive terminal of your diode. No? What is or what do you call the positive terminal of your diode? Walang sumagot. Kasi sir, kasi sir, ganito kasi sir, ganyan sir. O, di ba? What do you call the positive terminal of your diode? NPN agad? Napasok na agad? PNP agad? Yun ba yun? Si PNP at saka si NPN, teachers, we can find that one in our transistors. Tama? Ah. Kaya nga meron yung bijunction transistors natin or BJT natin dito ngayon. However, I am still asking the diode natin. Yung diode natin, meron tayong dalawang terminal, the positive and the negative terminal. Now, the question is that anong tawag natin sa positive terminal ng mga diodes natin? Very good. Anode plus anode. 'Di ba? Again, the positive terminal of our diode is anode. Okay. So, the next terminal, teachers, the negative terminal is what we call as cathode. Now, yun, no? So, in the electrode po natin, teachers, no? In the electrode po natin, current flows in what do we call as conventional form. Pag sinabi natin conventional form of the flow of electron, ano ulit yon? Saan magsisimula ulit yon? Pag sinabi natin conventional flow of current, saan magsisimula ang kanyang pagpasok ng electron? Is it from the negative or from the positive? Di ba? Saan magsisimula? No? May magpapa-accept daw po, sir. Okay, accepted na po lahat. Teachers, pag sinabi nating anode positive, cathode negative, conventional flow of current or electron po natin, that starts with the positive going to the negative po natin. Always remember this concept natin. Again, conventional flow po yon. Pag sinabi ito conventional flow, the electron starts from the positive terminal going to the negative terminal of our of our system po natin. Lag po ba ako? Naglalag po ba ako? I think hindi po yata naglalag ako. Goods yung signal ngayon, no? Ah, friend kami ni Globe ngayon, no? Friend kami ni Globe. So baka po sa inyong end po, ma'am, ha? Ayan. Now, teachers, kapag sinasabi natin electron flow of current, no? Kapag electron flow, ito na po yung teachers, yung scenario na kung saan nagsisimula lumabas yung electron sa negative terminal papunta po sa positive terminal. Pero kadalasan po natin ginagamit sa ating mga systems ngayon is the conventional flow of current po natin. In which case, it starts from the terminal going down to the, sorry, positive terminal going down to the negative terminal po natin. Yun po yung teachers ang tinatawag nating conventional flow of current. And with respect to our diode, usually most of them follows this what do we call as conventional current flow. Bakit? It's simply because the electrons flow from the anode, palabas po siya papuntang cathode. Di ba? Naintindihan po ba? So yun po yung tinatawag nating the diode itself. Na napakaraming symbol ng diode, may maraming diodes tayo. Pero hindi po yan yung tanong natin. Kasi po yung tanong natin is all about transistor. 'Di ba? Yung transistor teachers, very simple lang po siya, pero very makamandag. Dahil po, meron tayong bijunction transistors or dalawang uri ng transistors natin. We have this what do we call as an NPN transistor and the PNP transistor. Ayun. No? So alam kong alam nyo ang tamang sagot dito ngayon. Now, kaya nga lang ang tanong, ano nga ba yung pinagkakaiba ng NPN at saka PNP? 'Di ba? Ano nga ba yung pinagkakaiba ng NPN at saka PNP natin? Ano? No? Teachers, it will be the current flow natin. Oh, 'di ba? The current flow natin. Very good, Bonggato. Sabi niya, current flow po 'yon sila, sir. No? Pag sinabi natin napasok na, the current flows goes outside to the emitter po natin. Okay? Now, we have three letters that can be found on our transistor. Unang-una, we have C. Pangalawa, we have B. And we have E. What does C stands for? Collector. Okay? What does B stands for? Base. Di ba? Ayun. What does E stands for? Emitter. Kumbaga, si emitter teacher siya yung taga-palabas. No? Taga-emit. Kumbaga, the easiest way to understand about this concept. Now, pag sinabi nating NPN transistor, the current is going now to the direction of the emitter. No? The current is now going to the direction of our emitter. In which case, papalabas na po siya. Kaya nga NPN, napasok na. Di ba? So pag tinanong kayo sa board exam, what is the direction or what is the arrow pointing, no, in an NPN natin na BJT transistor? Ano sagot niyo doon? Where is the arrow pointing, no, in an NPN transistor? Ang tanong, teachers, is NPN, the arrow is pointing towards emitter. No? Pag tinanong kayo sa board exam, where is the arrow pointing in a PNP transistor? Where is the arrow pointing in a PNP transistor? That is the base. It is always pointing with the base. Now, basically sabi doon, may dalawang acronym po yan, sir. The PNP, in which case pasok na pasok. Meaning to say, since base is the center of our transistor, the arrow is going to the base. Again, since base is the center of our transistor, kapag pasok na pasok, the arrow is pointing towards our base. Always remember that. Now, kapag NPN transistor, no? Kapag NPN transistor teachers, no? Since base is the center pa rin, papalabas na po, no? Napasok na, natapos na, napasok na. Meaning to say, the arrow is now pointing away from the base po natin. And it is now pointing towards E or our emitter po natin. Nakuha po ba? Teachers? Nakuha? Ayun, no? Nagloloko ako yung camera tonight. Ewan ko ba sa'yo, camera? Next question natin. No, hindi pa. Now, I have here some scenario, some ano, no? A sort of ano natin. We have here sort of symbols. Now, anong symbol to? What symbol is that? Comment down your answers. What symbol is that? Anong symbol to, teachers? Faster! Naku, naku, naku. Alam niyo ba sa board exam, bibigyan lang kayo ng 30 seconds per question. 30 seconds per question. No? So dapat sanayin niyo yung sarili ninyo na dapat sa isang tanong 30 seconds lang po at dapat hindi na po kayo lalagpas diyan. Kasi po kapag may extra oras po kayo, yun na po yung ilalaan po niyo sa pagre-review. Mahalaga po teachers ang pagre-review ng inyong board sheets or yung inyong answer sheets po ninyo. Experience ko 'yan, no? Mahalaga po. Sabi dito ng iba, sir, transistor po daw yan, sir. Transistor ba to? Is it transistor? Ha? Transistor ba yan? Anong symbol to, teachers? This is called resistor. Okay? This is called resistor natin. O, fuse. Anong symbol ng fuse? Di ba yung fuse, teachers, is one straight line having a terminal there, tapos isang letter S na pabaliktad, tapos ganon, tapos another terminal pointing sideward. Yun po yung symbol ng fuse. Tatandaan niyo po yan, huwag niyo po yung kakalimutan. And then the symbol of resistor is zigzag in form. That is usually, di ba ito yung fuse natin? Di ba? Yan yung fuse eh. Ito yung resistor. Huwag niyo pong guguluhin yung isip niyo, ha? Baka po, may mangyari na sa mga symbol. No, last time na-underestimate namin yung symbols. Kasi sabi kasi ng lecturer namin, walang lalabas na symbol sa board exam. No? Walang lalabas sa symbol ng board exam. Yan nangyayari, lumabas 3 symbol. Even drawing ng plumbing may lumabas. So ang ending, nga kami. 'Di ba? Kasi hinayaan kasi namin na or na-underestimate kasi namin yung power ng mga symbol. Mahalaga pala siya. Kaya never underestimate the power of the symbol. Okay? Mm. Next question, teachers. Anong symbol to? Oh, halatang halata eh. Anong symbol yan? Ha? Anong symbol yan, teachers? What is this symbol? Ah, very good, diode. Si diode, teachers, meron tayong anode which is a positive, cathode that is our negative terminal po natin. Now, anong symbol to? Anong symbol to, teachers? What symbol is this? This is capacitor. No? Capacitor, teachers, is a fixed capacitor po natin. Napakaraming symbol ng mga capacitor. The basic symbol of our capacitor is this one. Now, the space in between the symbol, isang tawag din dito, the space in between here is what do we call as our dielectric. Okay? Baka magtataka kayo, bakit may space in between, sir? That is the dielectric natin. Remember, capacitor has dielectrics. Ayun. Yun naman pala. Okay? Sorry. Let's proceed to the next question of the night. Ang pangalawang, the answer here, teachers, used to amplify or switch electronic signal is we have this what do we call as transistor. Di ba meron tayong tatawag na transistor radio? Tama. Di ba? Have you heard transistor radio yung mga hello, hello, my day, Roger, Roger, copy that. Di ba? Transistor radios din po yun. Kuha niyo po ba? Para saan po yun sila, sir? Kung nakita niyo, teachers, it switches electronic signals from time to time. Depende po sa kanilang tuning. No? Depende po yun sa kanila. No? Depende po yun sa kanilang, sa tuning ng kanilang channels po. And that is still our transistors po natin. The best answer for number 1 is letter B, transistor. Unang tanong pa lang yan. Pangalawang tanong for tonight, why is silver being the best conductor? Why is silver being the best conductor? Letter A, it has a lot of protons. Letter B, its electrons are equal with neutrons. Letter C, its electrons are faster to circulate. And letter D, its protons are faster to move. Babalik tayo sa concept kung bakit nagkakaroon ng electricity. Again, we go back to the concept why there is an electricity. Again, what is that specific subatomic particle that comprises electricity? 'Di ba? Ito po yung electrons. Okay? Ah, electrons, teachers, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng best conductor sa atin? It's because of what do we call as electrons. Now, electrons in general, dapat so that it can move or so that it can conduct more electricity, electrons must be in higher value. Therefore, tatanggalin mo rin si letter A kasi wala pong kinalaman si proton sa electricity. At saka si letter D, wala pong kinalaman dyan si proton sa letter D. Okay? At kung si electron ay magiging equal ni neutron, the tendency is hindi po siya magiging best conductor. Kasi po meron po siyang kasabay na in which case magiging hadlang po siya in the flow of our current. Tama? Or in the flow of our electrons. Therefore, silver is the best conductor po, teachers, dahil po sa kanyang structure of free electrons na kung saan mabilis pong tumakbo, mabilis pong mag-circulate or for a better conduction of electricity po natin. Di ba? So the faster, the better it conducts electricity. Therefore, the best choice is Charlie and not letter B. Ganon, no? Teachers, tatandaan natin teachers that in terms of our electricity, meron tayong tinatawag na mga electronic materials. Again, we have been introduced with you the electronic materials po natin. So in our electricity teachers, we are asked no to divide or we are introduced to the division of the three electronic materials po natin. Ito po yung conductors, ito po yung insulators at saka semiconductor natin. Very basic lang po talaga on how to understand these electronic materials natin, lalong-lalo na po sa mga hindi po nakadaan ng tinatawag nating electrical technology. When you say conductors, teachers, low resistance, tapos high current flow. Again, conductors, low resistance, high current flow natin ngayon. Now, pag sinabi nating insulators, baliktad sila, no? High resistance, low current flow. Low to no or even wala talagang current flow kapag insulator sila, no? Kasi po teachers, mataas po yung kanilang resistance. 'Di ba resistance once again is a derived quantity of our electrical technology natin that opposes the flow of electrons natin. So kung mataas yung electrons kung mataas yung resistance natin, there is a tendency na hindi makapasok yung mga electrons po natin. Alright? Yan po yung insulators po natin. Example of insulators, teachers, we have these glasses, ceramics, plastics, and even wood natin. Now, pag sinabi nating semiconductors, ito po'y nasa gitna. Kan hindi siya conductor totally, hindi din po siya insulator totally. Kaya nga semiconductor kasi po it does contain. Meron po siyang kakayahan na magkakandak ng electricity, no? Teachers, among carbon, silicon and germanium, alin sa mga sumusunod ang pinaka most commonly used semiconductor of all times? No? Among carbon, silicon, and germanium, alin sa mga sumusunod ang best semiconductor available in the market and highly recommended? Very good. Ito po itatawag nating the silicon po natin. No? Napakarami ng silicones, teachers. Okay, the silicon is the second most abundant na material on the earth natin, kaya nagiging semiconductors po sila, ready and available for the market for this type of purposes po natin. Therefore, the correct answer here is letter Charlie. Next question. In a training regulation, which section contains information and requirements in designing training program for certain qualification? Again, in TR or training regulation. Di ba pag sinabi ng training regulation, dito nakasaad, nakapromulgate. At training regulation is a promulgated documents that informs what should be conducted in the training po natin. Now, in which case, our training regulation, nahahati po yun sila sa apat na section. Ang unang section, teachers, is what we call as the definition of the qualification. No? It talks about para saan ang qualification na yan. Now, sino-sino ang mga makapagsali sa qualification na yan? No? Pangatlo, saan makapagtrabaho ang qualification na yan? 'Di ba? Yan po yung definition of a qualification under Section 1 of our trainer's methodology. Pangalawa, Section 2 ng ating training regulation in any field or in any qualification. Anong sabi doon sa Section 2 natin? Sa Section 2 talks about competency standards. No? Pag sinabi natin competency standards, teachers, ito po nangyayari dito, no? When we speak about competency standards, what are the things na kailangang malaman ng mga bata? Or what are the knowledge na kailangan malaman ng isang school o ng isang bata based on the industry standards po natin? No? Sir, paano po sila nagkakaiba kay training standard? No? So how do they differ in the training standard po natin? Competency standard teacher speaks about the curriculum. Again, competency standard speaks about the curriculum, how it's been developed, and what are the topics to be discussed during the time. Now, si Section 3 naman, teachers, the training standard. Pag sinabi ng training standard, how are you going, no, di ba ikaw as a teacher, ikaw as a trainer, how are you going to train your trainees with regards to this one? Sa Computer System Servicing NC2, what are the procedures to do? That is called the training standards po natin. Now, letter D, Section 4, the National Assessment and Certification Arrangement po natin. This section, teacher, speaks about kung paano gagawin ang assessment natin. No? So that's called that is what Section 4 is all about. Now, ang tanong ngayon, in which section contains information and requirements in designing a training program? May halatang tanong or may halata na na clue word sa tanong natin. In which case, it is all about designing the training program. Saan nga ulit yun? Designing the training program, teachers, falls under the training standards natin. Therefore, the best answer here is walang iba kundi si Charlie natin. Nakuha po ba? Next question of the night, teachers. These lines are used to indicate the measurement of objects and are presented by dark solid lines. However, hindi po siya heavy. Ito lang po ay fine. At the same time, ito po ay nakapalibot sa mga objects natin. Therefore, if that certain line focuses or emphasizes, no? Emphasizes, teachers, the lines po natin doon, at the same time, it talks about the measurement. No? Ayun, may measurement pala, sir, di ba? It indicates the measurement of your object natin dito. Hindi po siya leader line. Bakit po, sir, hindi po leader line? Kasi po, si leader line is used para po makapag-feature ng specific drawing. No? Pero not necessarily that leader line contains always a measurement. 'Di ba? Kumbaga, teacher, si leader line teachers nagtuturo lamang siya kung saang bahagi ng linya 'yan. That is called leader line po natin. Although sometimes si leader line contains dimensions or references, pero not all the time. 'Di ba? Sometimes nga, sir. Now, kapag center lines, teachers, ito po yung linya na kung saan thin lines po sila, sir. No? Thin lines po sila at the same time alternating sa short and long dashed lines natin. No? Yun po yung tinatawag nating center line. Now, pag sinabi natin border lines, ito naman po ay salungat sa tanong na fine. Bakit? Si borderline is hindi po siya fine, kundi heavy. Tama? Na? Heavy po yung ating borderlines po, teachers. Hindi po siya fine, dark, solid line. The thickest line. Tama, di ba? The heaviest line, the thickest line. Ito po yung that outlines the edge of your drawing. Di ba, is this a borderline? Ito. Borderline ba to, teachers? Ito. Yung nasa PowerPoint ko ngayon, is this a borderline? Can we consider this one as a borderline? The answer is yes. 'Di ba? Oh, the answer is yes. Dahil po, it indicates a limitation of my drawing. Hanggang dyan ka lang. Hindi ka dapat lalagpas. That is what borderline means. Pero not necessarily that ang borderline magkakandak o mag indicate ng measurement. Tama? No? Not necessarily that all borderlines or any borderline will have to carry out measurement. Hindi po. Hindi po nila area po yun. And that is only the gift of, the area for dimension line or our letter C, Charlie natin. Nakuha po ba? Ah, no? Sir, ano po yung heavy wavy line? Heavy wavy line. Meron ba dun sa drawing natin na heavy wavy line? Para saan kaya yon? Any idea? Meron ba meron ba tayong heavy wavy line? Ngayon ko lang nakita yung heavy wavy line natin ah. Oh, hold on, let me check. No? Heavy wavy line po natin. Kasi po usually teachers kapag thick lines or heavy lines, sila po yung mga border lines po natin. No? Oh, di ba? Usually teachers designs po siya eh. No? Oh, designs po siya, ma'am. Heavy wavy lines po ng teachers are used in drawing for artistic purposes only. Okay po ba? No? So si heavy wavy lines po natin. Okay? Ito po yung tatawag ng the squiggly lines. Meron po siyang mga iba't ibang ano, pero usually informal line po siya. Kumbaga aesthetics lang po siya, for design lang po siya. No, but don't worry, Ma'am Cheryl Dasilio, no po. Bibigyang linaw ko po ito no kasi first time ko sa nakita si heavy wavy line po eh. No, so I'm going to take note on this one on my end and I'll try my best to give feedback on this type of line po natin, ha? Sige po. Kasi so far, sa pag-aaral ko ng technical drafting at saka sa drafting technology, no? Mechanical drafting as well, wala po akong nakitang technical term na heavy wavy line, no? So, baka meron. No? Hahanapin natin yan. Now, the correct answer here is dimension line natin. Okay, dimension line contains a line that contains measurements. So simple as that. Now, a shareholder sells his shares for more than what he paid for them. Now, anong tawag mo dito? No? Now, again, a shareholder, kung ikaw ay nagbibenta ng share mo sa kumpanya, no, ng more than what you paid for, anong tawag natin diyan? No? Is it a capital gain? Is it the profit on disposal? Is it a good deal? Or letter D, a capital allowance? Mhm. No? Aha. A shareholder sells his shares for more than what he paid for them. Anong tawag natin dyan? May clue word kayo, teachers. This is just a very simple question in which babasahin mo lang ulit yung tanong. Makita mo na doon kung ano yung sagot. 'Di ba? Eto. A shareholder sells his share. So kapag you sell, ibinenta mo yung yung share mo, that becomes not your business but that becomes your capital. Tama? Capital po yan, teachers. No? You earn more than what you paid for. It's not a profit on disposal. Hindi po siya profit on disposal, teachers, no? While this term can be, no? While this one, maybe you may disagree, sir, profit in disposal to, sir, eh. Sabi ng karamihan, the answer is no. No? Maybe this term can be associated with a profit made from selling an asset po natin. However, hindi po siya kadalasan ganito yung konteksto kapag profit on disposal. No? Kasi po, yung share nyo po kasi dito, no, that is your capital. Tapos, you earn more than what you sell or what you had in your capital. That is what we call as the capital gain po natin. No? You increase the value of your asset. In this statement, saan ang asset mo dito? In this statement, a shareholder sells his shares for more than he paid for. Anong asset or alin ang asset mo dyan? Go! Comment on your answers, teachers. Para let me see kung naintindihan nyo ba yung asset, liabilities, and equities po natin. Ha? A shareholder sells his share for more than what he paid for them. Now, alin dito yung asset mo dyan? Ha? Very good, very good. Ma'am Rachel Armisen Calunod, Fretzel Bulanan, Francisco Villaran, AC Labial, and Jomari Tangin Penote. The correct answer there is your shares. Okay? Your share is your asset. Pagmamay-ari mo kasi yon. Di ba? Pagmamay-ari mo kasi yon. Oh, di ba? So, yun. The profit made from this sale is considered as a capital gain. No? The profit for this one, no? The profit you've earned from this one is what we call as your capital gain. But of course, subject pa rin po yan sa ating mga taxations and bylaws po natin. Okay, the shares there is your asset. Wag na wag niyo po yan kakalimutan. Therefore, the correct answer is not letter A. Sorry, not letter B, C, or D. It should only be letter A po natin. Next question of the night, sir. Ito po yung tanungan sa gabing ito. A finished opening in garment designed to give ease in wearing dresses or not just even dresses, polo or sometimes pants, trousers, no? Ano yung tawag natin sa mga opening ng mga garments na yon? Is it letter A, seam? Letter B, pleats? Letter C, plackets? Letter D, color? Boys, pakisagot nga, boys. Gusto ko boys ang sumagot dito ngayon, no? Yung mga nag-major ng ng technical drafting. Color? Color ba to? A finished opening in garment designed to give ease in wearing the dresses. Color ba to? Sabi ni Gerald Tamayo, LPT, soon to be, no? Letter B, pleats yan sila, sir. Pleats ba yan? No? Pleats ba yan? Now, bibigyan ko kayo ng iba't ibang mga pictures and let's try to see if you can figure them out. Una, ito yung unang tanong. Ayun, no? Ay, asa na? Ayun. Ayan, di ba? Teachers, bibigyan kayo ng number 1, number 2, number 3, at saka number 4. O sige, identify each of them. Go. Sino si number 1? Saang letter si number 1 dito? Ha? Saang letter si number 1 dyan? Go. Number 1 is letter? Number 1 is letter C. Placket. Opening po yan, sir. Placket. Sino si number 2? Ha? Sino si number 2? Si letter B, pleats. Kapag pleats, teachers, ito po yung folds. For decorations, na parang mas medyo maluwag-luwag. No? Si pleats, teachers, tanong niyo na, pleats, fold po yun sila. Mga folds po yun. Now, si number 3. What is number 3? Si number 3 is seam. Di ba? That's letter A. Teachers, when you speak about seam or seam line, ito po yung pinagdudugtong-dugtong natin ang dalawang fabric together. The resulting the resulting the resulting product is what we call as the seam po natin. No? So seam po 'yon sila. 'Di ba? Ito pinagdudugtong yung shoulder at saka si front bodies at 'di ba? Ito yung shoulder natin, 'di ba? Ito yung front bodies. Now, in between of them, ito dito, this is what we call as our seam po natin. No? Kumbaga, dinaanan ng tahe. At saka si number 4 teachers, letter D po yan. Color. 'Di ba? So, hindi po lahat ay nasa color. Hindi porke ano yan, sir, nasa color yan. That is letter C. Placket po yun. Generally term po yun sila doon. Okay? The correct answer there is letter C. Plackets natin yan. Ah, di ba? So, plackets, teachers, is not just only found on the upper part of the body. Can we consider zipper as a placket? Yes or no? Can we consider zippers as plackets? Yes or no? Yes. No? Oh, we can consider a zipper as a placket natin. Oh, 'di ba? Kaya nga lang dito, ang ginamit niya is the buttons. 'Di ba? Buttons yung ginamit niya. Pero aside from buttons, teachers, we can make plackets with the use of our zipper. No? We can use of our push buttons. Sorry. No? We can also have the hook and eye. Ang dami-dami. No? These are materials that will help you close two objects together. 'Di ba? Para mas madali mong isuot yung mga kagamitan mo, dapat may opening yan. At ang tawag sa opening na yan is what we call as plackets. And these plackets are maybe attached with zipper, buttons, button holes, push button, at saka hook and eyes po natin. Therefore, the answer is letter C, plackets. Next, anong term refers to the process of finishing using the mortar? 'Di ba? You finish. Kumbaga, the final finish, a smooth finish, we are going to use trowel dito agad. Na. So, hindi po siya finishing. 'Di ba? O teachers, kung inyo maririnig sa inyong mga papa, sa inyong mga ano, 'di ba? If you have fathers who are construction workers, in which case we're very proud of that, no? Di ba sometimes maririnig sa kanila, anong ginawa nyo ngayon? Ah, nagpinising kami. Tama, di ba? Yun po yung teachers, di ba? Nagpinising kami, sir. Nagfinishing kami, no? Technically, yes po, yan po yung tawag na, pero technically, hindi po yun finishing po, teachers. No? Even kahit sinong engineer pa yung tatawagin mo doon, no? The answer to teachers should always be plastering. Plastering at saka covering po yan dapat. No? Plastering po yung tawag natin doon. Hindi po yun siya finishing. Pero sa inyo, di ba, may talagang finishing, di ba? Yun po yun. Teachers, the next question. Ito, ceramic tiles with smooth and shiny surface. Anong tawag natin sa kanila? No? These are ceramic tiles with smooth and shiny surfaces natin. Are they glazed tiles or unglazed tiles? Glazed tile, natural stone, or quarry black? Now, again, smooth and shiny surface. Therefore, tatanggalin mo dito si natural stone. Di ba? Kay sakit-sakit kaya ng natural stone. Now, si quarry block naman, teachers, larger stones po yun sila. However, they are unglazed. Unglazed po si quarry tiles natin as well as unglazed tiles dito. Therefore, the best answer here is now letter B. Glazed tiles po natin. No? Smooth, shiny, more rustic look, elegant look, glazed tiles po natin. Yan. Now, ang tanong, in between the two, which of the following tile is used in wet areas? In between the two, which tile is best used in wet areas natin dito? Teachers, hindi po siya glazed tiles. Again, sorry, hindi po siya glazed tiles. Pumunta kayo ng mga hotels. Sa mga CR na mga hotels. Sa mga CR na mga fine restaurants. 'Di ba? Yung tiles nila, especially sa mga wet area, they are never glazed. 'Di ba? They are always unglazed. Because, ano nga ulit yung pang 6S natin? What is the 6S in our company? Ha? What is the 6S in our company? Shikaru. Shikari. Safety. Okay? safety po natin. And that safety, si glaze style teachers, pwede lang po siya for our dining, for our sala, for our bedrooms, but never to the wet areas po natin. Again, we should always consider the word safety. Now, therefore, the correct answer here is letter B, glaze tiles po natin. Now, eto tanong. Every trap for bathtubs, lavatories, sink, and other similar fixtures shall be blank. Letter A, shall they be self-regulating? Letter B, shall they be tight? Shall they be fixed? Or shall they be self-cleaning? Now, teachers, tatandaan niyo po teachers, when you speak about self-regulating, ito po yung mga technical term or ito po yung mga devices applicable sa mga automatic adjustments on changing conditions. Pero si bathtub, si lavatories natin, si sink natin, hindi po sila self-regulating. No? No. So, hindi po sila, what I mean is that hindi po applicable si self-regulating with regards to this type of concept. Therefore, ligwak agad yan. Now, sir, pwede po si letter B. They shall be tight. Kasi kapag hindi po masikip, magkakano sila? Magtatagos yung tubig. Tama? And they should be fixed. Kasi po teachers, if they are fixed, the tendency is that, no, kapag hindi sila fixed, na mangyayari? Along daw, yung mababasag sila. Magkakaroon ng problem. Di ba? So they should be fixed. Sir, letter D daw, sir. Are they self-cleaning? Yes, of course. Self-cleaning din po yun. No? Kasi kung self-cleaning teachers, nakaka-reduce po yan sa ng manual cleaning. At saka, they can effectively make the plumbing work convenient and efficient po natin dito ngayon. Now, however, in the board exam, we are only given one choice but not B, C, and D. So, alin dito yung may pinakamabigat na sagot? Letter B, letter C, or letter D? No? Nakasulat po ito under, I think, the Revised National Plumbing Code of the Philippines natin, the RNPC. Ito po ay nasa self-cleaning. Okay? Self-cleaning po natin. So, si self-cleaning traps po natin ensures, no, that the sewer gases can be effectively blocked from the living space po natin. Therefore, the best answer here is self-cleaning. Eto, what is conclusion in research? What is conclusion in research? So, letter A, it contains a practical suggestion. Again ha, the conclusion is hinahanap natin dito. No? It contains a practical suggestions that will improve, the situation or solve the problem investigated in the study. Tama ba? Practical suggestions ba? Di ba ito yung recommendations natin? Di ba? Recommendation sa letter A. Next, letter B. It consists of general statement of the theory or the principle newly derived from the present study. Oy, parang gusto ko sa letter B, no? It consists of a general statement of the theory or principle newly derived from the present study. Meaning to say, teachers, nakakuha ka ng ganung theory or principle na yan, kasi nakikita mo doon mismo sa what you have gained. Letter C daw. It involves the provision of comments on the results obtained from the investigation. Ha? Di ba ito yung ano natin? When we speak about provision of comments on the results obtained from the investigation natin, no? We are trying to what we call as recommend pa rin to eh. Di ba? Provision of comments, recommend pa rin to. At saka sa letter D, a part where researchers uses tables and graphs to summarize ako data dito, no? This is called presentation of your result. You interpret and you present. Diba? That is letter D. And the nearest answer for this one is what do we call as letter? Teachers, I had to stick with my answer on this one. The answer here is letter B. That's what you conclude. That's what you conclude. Therefore, the best answer is letter B. Next, eto. The researcher wants to determine no, the satisfaction level of the consumers about the certain product. O ito sir, satisfaction level. Now, ang tanong, which of the following research instrument, oy, RI to, no? Research instrument is appropriate para sa paggawa ng data ninyo? Not telephone interview, not the mail survey. We were left with two. Observation at saka survey questionnaire. Oy, galing, galing, galing. The best answer here, teachers, is survey questionnaire. Now, survey questionnaire, quali or quanti? Ah, is survey questionnaire quali or quanti? Very good. Pag sinabi ting survey, questionnaire pa talaga, close-ended question, tapos naka-survey pa talaga, this will attract a large number of population. At ayon kay quantitative research approach or a quantitative principle natin, that once a researcher will have to gain, this what we call as a large number of respondents, then that falls under a quantitative type of research natin. Tama. No, the correct answer, teachers, is letter B, the survey questionnaire natin. Pakicalculate niya dito, to pay for his son's tuition, Mr. Torre borrows 95,800 from the lending institution with an interest rate of 9.5 a year. How much is his interest on 1 year? Very simple. I is equal to PRT. With the use of this formula, show me your answer. Di ba? Show me your answer with the formula, teachers. Ayun lang, di ba? Yun lang, sir. Wala na agad kami. What is your principal? 95,800. What is your rate? 9.5%. What is your time? 1 year. Therefore, what is the correct answer here? Wala, sir, hawak na paper. Oh, gamitin niyo ano nyo. Gamitin niyo yung cellphone niyo ngayon. Sige, go. 'Di ba? It's just very easy. It's 95,800 multiplied by, eto teachers ha, is equal to 95,800 multiplied by 0.095 times 1. Anong sagot mo dan? Ha? What is your answer there? Okay, 95,800 times 0.095 times 1. It is 9,101. Therefore, after 1 year, teachers, yung babayaran niya is 9,101 pesos. Therefore, the correct answer is letter C. Nakuha ba? May nalito, wala? May nalito, wala? Oh, very good. Next question, teachers, for tonight. A type of plier that is used to handle materials whenever it would be awkward or uncomfortable to grip them directly. No? So, ayaw nilang hawakan yan directly kasi medyo mabigat, may kabigatan, medyo mainit, may kainitan. No? So, aling uri ng pliers kaya dyan? Aha, tatanggal mo dito si diagonal kasi si cutter plier yan eh. Hindi yan siya maghahawak, taga-cut po yan dyan. 'Di ba? Tatanggalin ko si tongue and groove pliers po natin. We're only left with side cutting plier. Tatanggalin dito kasi side cutting, cutting pa rin siya eh. We're only left with letter B. Ayun, no? That is locking pliers po natin. All right. Now, teachers, let's have a break for a while. Let's get back 9:10 para po sa ating session on the next on the next lesson natin. Okay? Huwag niyo akong iwan sa ere. We will be seeing each other 9:10. Have a good break. Have a Kit Kat. Alright, teachers, no? Nagpahuli na ako. Na kasi may mga nauna na 9-10 eh. Sabi ni Sir Jovi dito, Sir, ano po, unahan ka na lang, hindi kayo magulat, ano? Di so nagpapalit na lang ako ng 1 minute. Alright, teachers, so welcome back to our channel for tonight. At pag-uusapan natin, part 2 ng ating halo-halo session, number 4. Ayun. May ba't yung camera ko hindi gumana? Mhm. Now, sir, are you ready? Ready na po ba yung lahat? Okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Nawala kasi yung ano eh, live session ko eh. Ayun, teachers, let's get back on track. The next question for the night talks about this one. The relationship between the hair, the face, and the body type is called blank. Uy, this is a cosmetology subject. Okay? What do you call the relationship of your hair and your face and your body type? Is it letter A, emphasis? Letter B, proportion. Letter C, symmetry. And letter D, contrasting lines. Di ba? What do you call the relationship between your hair, your face, and your body type? Emphasis, proportion, symmetry, or contrasting lines? Di ba? Okay. Daming sumagot ng letter A, emphasis. Ha? Teachers, kapag emphasis, nag-i-emphasize ba kayo? Di ba ang tanong dito, does it talks about emphasis? No. We're not emphasizing something here. Something here, di ba? What we talk here is about yung relasyon ng yung mukha, yung kapal ng yung mukha sa kapal ng yung buhok at yung sa taba ng yung katawan. O ganon. Di ba? So your hair, your face, and your body type, does it talk about emphasis? No. Because emphasis, nagre-refer po yan siya ng highlighting a particular feature. Say for example, your makeup, di ba? Your hairstyle, your body type, no? No to body shaming naman, di ba? O example, mataba ka. Payat ka. Ganun, no? So, emphasis teachers is you highlight a particular feature of yourself. Minsan sa damit, minsan nasa mukha, minsan nasa buhok. That is called emphasis. Pero we're not looking for emphasis here. We're not emphasizing something here. What we are talking is about the relationship. No? So, hindi rin po siya contrasting lines. Therefore, we are going to eliminate this one and this one. We were left with proportion and symmetry. Now, tingnan ko nga dito kung gaano kayo kagaling sa inyong arts class noon. Pag sinabi ting symmetry, what do you remember about symmetry? Di ba? What give me a specific or give me a simple word that will associate to the word symmetry? Ha? Aha, very good, no? Diana Boras, di ba symmetry, same shape? Tama. Kumbaga teachers, pag sa symmetry, balance. Di ba? Sabi ni G sa Monte, balance po sir, symmetry. Di ba? Sameness. Sana all, sameness. Sabi ni Richel, di ba? So, symmetry is balance. However, do we have or do we talk balance here? Do we talk balance here? Oy, dapat balance yung buhok sa mukha mo, ha? Ganun ba yun? Dapat 'di ba bagay dapat, 'di ba? Dapat uy hindi bagay yung mukha mo sa buhok ko. Hindi bagay yung buhok mo sa mukha mo ngayon. O 'di ba? Dapat ganoon. 'Di ba? Kasi pag sinabi mong uy hindi balance yung buhok mo sa mukha mo ngayon, sayang, 'di ba? 'Di ba? So hindi po siya symmetry. Iyon po ay proportion. Teachers, proportion po 'yon. Harmony, harmonious relationship between your different body parts po, teachers. Proportion po ang tawag natin doon. Hindi po siya symmetry. Imagine, magsasabi ka, "Oy, hindi balance yung face mo sa body mo." Oh, 'di ba? So, it talks about proportion. Uy, hindi ano, no, hindi maganda yung buhok mo sa mukha mo ngayon. Or hindi maganda ang mukha mo sa buhok mo ngayon. O, di ba? Ganon. It talks about the relationship. Okay, the answer here is proportion. This proportion is brought to you by, ganon. Next question, teachers. Ito po yung next na tanong tonight. O, eto, di ba? Meron tayong mukha ng lalaki, triangle na mukha ng lalaki, may oval na mukha ng lalaki. Ako kaya, I think I am in right now, if I'm going to assess myself here, nasa heart shape ako. Oh, nasa di ba? Hindi, nasa round face ako, teachers, ano? Nasa round face ako, ito yung ano ko dito, pak, dito yan. Tapos, ito yung chin ko dito, di ba? Nasa ganito ako, I had my round face. Ikaw, kaya anong face mo ngayon? Di ba? Round ka, sir. Syempre naman, alam ka naman, square. O, kayo, girls. Saan kayo ngayon dito, girls? Di ba? Are you a heart-shaped? Di ba? Oh, sir, lumabas ito nung March. Shh, wag mag-ingay. Na? Wag mag-ingay. Na? So, heart-shaped ka ba? Long face ka ba? Oval face ka ba? Round face ka ba? Square face ka ba? Triangular face ka ba? O baka naman rectangle face ka? Di ba? May kapal face ba, sir? Di ba? So, hanapin mo yung mukha mo dito. Try to say, I am a man with a round face. But of course, with a happy heart. Ganon. No? Next question, teachers. The correct answer is proportion. May higas, may hugis, bigas po ba? Sorry, ito. What type of nail product is a cuticle cream? Alam niyo yung cuticle cream, teachers, di ba? Very ano lang to, very basic. Paano to sinagutan? Try to see about cuticle. Remember cuticle, di ba? Tapos try to see about cream. Dugtog mong dalawang yan, cuticle cream na yan. Ang tanong, para saan nga ba si cuticle cream? Letter A, emollients. Sorry. Letter A, emulsions. Letter B, astringents. Letter C, exfoliants. Letter D, emollients. Ganon. Sir, pag sinabi nating exfoliant, di ba may mga to, may mga skincare teachers na mga exfoliators. Kumbaga, they remove dead skin cells para po magto-turn over yung mga new skin cell. Di ba? Exfoliants or exfoliators po 'yon. Pero it is not for about the cuticle cream. It's not for about the cuticle natin. Tatanggap doon sa exfoliant. No? Again, kapag exfoliant, teachers, they are substances that helps to remove dead skin cells po natin at promote skin cell production or turnover or healthy skin cells po natin. Okay. Astringents. Ano ba yung mga astringents, teachers? No? Pag sinabing astringent, teachers, di ba may mga kamay tayo na minsan napakalambot? Napakalambot. So minsan, lalagyan nila ng astringents para mas mag-contract yung body tissues ng ating katawan so that it will become more strong or tighten and firm on the skin. Astringents po yung tawag natin doon. Astringents, ginagamit yan minsan, teacher, sa mga sa mga movies na kung saan parang yung dito, no? Kung baga, ito yung mukha nila, parang matamlay yung mukha nila, nilagyan ng astringents yan para at least it will tighten their skins. Astringents po natin yon. Na? So, alin dito? Emulsion or emollient? Is it letter A or letter D? Very good. Hindi po siya emulsion. Kasi po, teachers, emulsion po, teachers, ito po yung the mixing of two immiscible liquid gaya ng oil and water. Emulsion po yung tawag natin doon. Di ba? Oil and water, teachers, emulsion po yung tawag natin doon. And this emulsion is what do we call in the process of getting the mayonnaise. No? In making a mayonnaise, teachers, we use the process of emulsion process. We mixed immiscible liquid gaya ng vinegar and egg yolk and egg white and our oil. Emulsion process po tinatawag natin doon. But then for the cuticle cream po din, teachers, it is always known as emollients. They are known as emollients natin. Para saan po ba yun para saan ba yan si emollient natin, sir? Si cuticle cream is ina-apply po yun sa mga cuticles natin to soften, to moisturize the skin for our skincare purposes. no? Emollient cream natin yan. Therefore, the answer here is letter D, emollient. Now, anong tawag dito sa total cash plus ang items na binili mo plus yung pera sa yung mga customer or sa napamamay-ari mo ng yung mga customer? Again, what is the total of your cash? What do you call the term? That means the total of your cash plus the items you have purchased plus the money your customers owe you. Is it inventory? B, assets. C, liabilities. And D, profits. May nagkakamali pa talaga. Hindi po yan utang, 'di ba? Oh, alam ko na love niyo yung mga utang or liability, pero hindi po yan utang, teachers, ha. Hindi din po yan profit o kita, 'di ba? Liability is obligation or debts. Profit is financial gain. Inventory is the goods or materials that you have right now on your end. Asset is what you owe from the very beginning, from inside the company and outside the company. That is called asset. Okay? That is called asset. Next question of the night, teachers. Ito yung tanong. A type of plier that is used to handle materials whenever it would be awkward or uncomfortable to grip them directly. Di ba? A type of plier that is used to handle materials. Ito yung nating locking pliers. Oy, naulit to ah. O, ito po yung locking pliers, teachers. No? Ito po yung locking pliers natin. Alam niyo to? Di ba? Ah, it's called our locking pliers natin. Next question. What is the difference between the cost of a product and its selling price? Ah, what is the difference between the cost of the product and its selling price? Letter A, the retail price. Letter B, the markup price. Letter C, the discount. And letter D, the percentage discount. Ah, di ba? Sige nga, sige nga, sige nga. Again, the difference between the cost of a product and its selling price. Letter A, the retail price. Okay. Letter B, the markup price. Letter C, the discount price. And letter D, the percentage discount. Ah, di ba? Ah. Sir, medyo nakakalito yung tanong. Ah, di ba? The question is a bit tricky. The difference between the cost of a product and its selling price. Again, the cost of a product and its selling price, we are looking for the difference. Anong tawag natin doon? Ah, is it letter A, retail, markup, discount, or percentage discount? Daming sumagot ng letter A, the retail price. Lock your answer if yun na yun. Pero walang sumagot. Pero konti lang yung sumagot ng letter B, C, and D. Eto. Bibigyan ko kayo ng ano ha. Let SP or the selling price be 100. And let cost of a product is 50. What is their difference? 50. We are looking for 50. Tama? Therefore, what is then 50 here? Again, our selling price is 100 pesos. Our cost price originally is 50 pesos. Now, the difference price is 50. Therefore, what is then the 50 there? Eto, nag-explain pa talaga si John Norman, ano? Very good, John Norman, no? Ang cost of a product, magkano ang bili mo? Tama. Magkano mo nabili yan? Si selling price, 'di ba? What is or magkano mo ibebenta yan? Di ba? And the difference between magkano mo ibebenta yan at magkano mo nabili yan, okay, that becomes your difference. And that difference will not be the discount, will not be the retail price, will not be the percentage discount. It will always be the markup price po natin. Nalilito ano? Nalito, di ba? Kasi dalawang statement kasi dito eh. The cost of a product and the selling price. However, you are asked to look for the difference. Oh, yun pala, sir. Yun pala yun. Di ba? Tama ba? Yun. The correct answer here is markup price and not the retail price. Di ba? Sir, paano po natin kapag retail price naman? Ito yon. Si difference, no? Si difference of the SP or SP natin or our selling price could also be mean as our retail price po natin. Okay? Prank lang po yan si retail dyan, sir. Kasi you're looking for the difference po. At least natuto kayo. Let's proceed kay Sir Melvin yun, di ba? Sabi ni Daryl. Sir, eto. It is a design principle that involves creating a focal point in a composition to draw the viewer's attention to a particular element or area. Ito po, teachers, oh, focal point. Kung baga, kung eto yung mukha mo, ayan, no? Nakikita mo ang laki ng apple na yan. No? Basta apple yan. No? So if ito yung ano mo, it stands out in the middle of the room na apple lang talaga nakikita mo. 'Di ba? That is what do we call as emphasis. Again, that is what do we call as emphasis. The focal point to draw the viewer's attention, to catch your attention, you have to emphasize something. Do you get me? Emphasis talaga yan. Now, ang tanong dito ngayon, alin sa mga sumusunod ng mga principles of design na nagkakaroon ng repetition of the visual element? Example, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. Example sa linya, thick, thin, thick, thin, thick. O, di ba? Example, triangle, circle, square, triangle, circle, square. Tagatin doon, rhythm. Yung paulit-ulit ng mga visual elements. The repetition of the visual element, rhythm po yung tawag natin. Nakuha po ba? 'Di ba? Of course, drawing naman teachers, kapag drawing, it's an art, no? Created with the use of pencil, charcoal, or ink, mga ganong bagay na 'yon. Pag sinabi na nating freehand drawing, no? Si freehand drawing teachers is hindi po yung drawing na may kamay, 'di ba? O kung hindi po yung drawing na libreng kamay. A freehand drawing teachers is a type of drawing or guhit na hindi ginamitan ng mga measuring tools. Always remember that. Again, freehand sketching or freehand drawing natin, no? They are not used with measuring tools po natin. They are only used with pencil and your bare hands. That is called a freehand drawing or freehand sketching natin. Di ba? Pag sinabi natin proportion teachers, relasyon to ng bawat mga kategory po gaya ng size, ng shape, position, ganon. Relationship between each of them is what do we call as proportion. Very good. Harmony is equal to proportion. Next. It is a process of drying and treating wood to remove moisture and prepare it for use in construction or woodworking. Letter A, staining. Letter B, seasoning. Letter C, lumbering. Letter D, moisture reduction. Nagkakaiba na naman ang sagot. Hindi na naman nagkakapareho ng sagot, teachers. Ano? Drying and treating of wood. drying, and treating of wood. Bakit may sumagot kanina na letter A, staining? Pag sinabi nating staining, kinulayan mo yun. Nag-apply ka ng liquid to the wood gaya ng ano? Give me a material that can possibly stain the wood. Varnish colors. Ganon, di ba? Varnish. Varnish, teachers, is an example of a transparent staining of wood po natin. Staining color po yun sila, ha? Sir, can we consider paint as staining? Yes or no? Can we consider paint as staining? Yes or no? Yes, of course. In a condition na madumihan yung kahoy ninyo, staining na po yun. Regardless if it is opaque or transparent. 'Di ba kapag opaque color, hindi mo nakikita kung ano yung sa loob. 'Di ba? Non-transparent is opaque color. Kapag transparent, ito yung mga varnish colors natin. We can still see inside the wood. No, inside the, ganun po yung teachers, no? Staining po yung tawag natin. At yung paghiwa-hiwa, pagkakating, pagsoso, pag-prepare ng timber para po sa construction purposes, furniture purposes, lumbering po yung tawag natin doon. 'Di ba? At si moist reduction teachers, under po yan ni seasoning. Therefore, the correct answer here is walang iba kundi si ikaw lang, sapat na seasoning. Mhm. Next question for the night, teachers. It is used for cutting dough into smaller pieces. Oy, gusto kong tanong na to. Labas mga taga-electrical major. Electrical major, gusto kong malaman kung anong sagot nyo dito. It is used for cutting dough into smaller pieces. Letter A, pastry wheel. Letter B, knife. Letter C, dough cutter. Letter D, rubber spatula. Teachers, alin dito yung ginagamit natin for scraping? For scraping, mga batter that sticks into the pan. Spatula. Very good, ha? Again, spatula is used to scrape, no, batters that sticks at the side of the pans po, or the bowls po natin. Now, alin dito yung panghiwa ng pizza? Alin dito yung panghiwa ng pizza? Which of the following, no? Example, Nico bought a pizza, but then the bake shop forgot to slice it. Which of the following tool is best used to cut the pizza? Huy, knife? Knife ba si pizza, teachers? Pizza cutter natin. But teachers, we can call it as our pastry wheel. Tama? Pizza cutter and pizza pastry wheel po natin yon. No? Pastry wheel po natin. Now, of course, knife ng teachers is panghiwa po natin. And for cutting the dough, we have this what do we call as dough cutter natin. Knife pala sa inyo, madam. Sa amin nga, gunting. Di ba? Gunting sa amin eh. Panghiwa ng pizza para at least, di ba? Yes, Sir Gerald Tamayo. What is your question? I have a question po, sir. Ano po ba yung mas matibay? Ano ba yung mas matibay, sir? What do you mean mas matibay po? Ha? Okay. Chopping board na wood or chopping board na plastic? Okay, good question, ano po? 'Di ba? Alin po yung mas matibay, sir? Chopping board na wood or chopping board na plastic? The answer doon po, teachers, is depende po on the exposure of that material to the different factors gaya ng water exposure at gaya ng humidity exposure po natin. At the same time, anong uri po ng material ang ginamit natin? Gaya ng anong uri ng wood at saka anong uri ng plastic. Tama. Kasi po doon tayo doon kasi doon kasi maitatanong or masusubok natin ang tibay, no? Ah, pero sir, why is it advisable? Mas ganito yung tanong, mas maganda kung ganito yung tanong. Which is more advisable to be used? Chopping board on wood or chopping board on plastic? Ha? Chopping board on wood or chopping board on plastic? Sir Gerald, ito kasi yung teachers ano, depende po kasi sa materials kung saan po sila galing. Doon po kasi magkakasubukan ng tibay. 'Di ba? Okay, now listen. Listen carefully for this one. Most of the sources that I have researched on this, no, last season, kadalasan po teachers, they prefer this what we call as plastics. Bakit po, sir? Kasi po si wood matagal po siyang mag-dry. It absorbs water, lalong-lalo na po teachers sa mga type of wood that has a lot of pores on it. And remember that ang bahay ng mga bakterya is a moist. Tama. 'Di ba kaya nga sa food processing tinanggal natin si moisture para at least hindi sila babahayan ng mga bakterya po. 'Di ba? So ganun teachers, no? The best thing to be used is what do we call as plastic type of ano natin. Pero again, depende pa rin po 'yan ano sa ating depende pa rin po 'yan sa tibay ng kahoy. Pero based on research po teachers, many prefer the use of plastics dahil po hindi po magkakaroon ng absorption of water si plastic po natin. Now, sir, alin po ba yung mas matibay? Chopping board or wood or chopping board na wood or chopping board na plastic, depende po pa rin dito kung what type of wood ang ginamit natin at saka what type of plastic yung ginamit natin. Pero normally teachers, we use plastic on this one. Ah, tama nga naman, plastic nga naman, di ba? Oh, ironwood. Ironwood na kahoy daw. Sana all. Oh, ironwood daw. No, sana all, ma'am. Okay. Next question, teachers. Ito yung pinagkakaiba ng dalawa. Di ba? This is dough cutter. Ah, okay. At saka, this is our pastry wheel po natin. Sir, do we have different color of our, do we have the different color of our chopping board? The answer is no. Wala po. They don't have specific colors on it. Mas maganda puti, no? Mas maganda ang puti para po mas malinis tingnan. Okay? Mas malinis tingnan po sa puti, no? Next question. It is a tool used to attach connectors at the end of the wires. Anong tawag natin dito? Go. Letter A, crimping tool. Letter B, wire stripper. Letter C, soldering iron. And letter D, heat shrink gun. Ay, naku. It is a tool used to attach connectors to the end of wires. Letter A, crimping tool. Letter B, wire stripper. Letter D, soldering iron. And as a letter C, soldering iron. Letter D, heat shrink gun. Pinakitaan nga kayo ng picture, mali-mali pa yung sagot ninyo. 'Di ba? Ano sagot ito ngayon? Wire stripper ba to? Wire stripper ba yan? Ala, 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 ala. Ang daming nagkakamay ng sagot ngayon. Ha? A tool used to attach connectors to the end of the wires po natin dito, teachers. This is what do we call as crimping tool. Sir, ano ba yung definition ng wire stripper? It is a type, no? It is a type of tool that is used to remove insulators at the end of the wire. Okay? Ayan. Now, sir, crimping tool natin dito ngayon, parang wire stripper, sir, pero nakapokus dito sa dito na part. Sa UTP ginamit natin to, di ba? Sa cables po natin. Now, in RJ45, alam nyo to? What do you call this one ulit? Di ba? Di ba this is called RJ45? Di ba? RJ45, para saan po yan sila, sir? Where do we use the RJ45? Okay, very good. For the local area network connections natin. Tama. Now, ang tanong, given the fact that you have right now this what do we call as RJ45, where is pin number 1 located? Ilang wires ba meron sa RJ45? Ha? Ilang wires ba meron sa RJ45? Ha? Ilang wires ba meron sa RJ45? Very good. Si Mac T Pay, di ba? Mac T Pay. That is 8 wires. Tandaan teachers, meron tayong 8 wires ng ating RJ45. Gusto kong makasagot dito yung mga Computer System Servicing NC2 holders natin. Na? Gusto ko makasagot dito yung mga Computer System Servicing NC2 holders natin. Sagot dito mga taga-computer, labas nga kayo taga-computer, itatanong ko sa inyo. My question is, where is pin number 1 located in your RJ45? O, di ba? Meron tayong straight through cut at saka crossover cut po natin. Now, ang tanong ngayon, where is pin number 1 located in your RJ45? Richel Tagapia Gilepa Espinosa, ma'am. Ano po ba kayo? Computer po ba kayo? Where is no pin number 1 located? Is this the pin number 1? Or is this the pin number 1? All right. Very good, very good, very good. Very good, Ma'am Graciana. No? Pin number 1 should always be at the left side of the RJ45. Again, pin number 1 should always be at the left side of the RJ45 po natin. Class A or Class B? Ito na po yung teachers, yung Class A at Class B na tinanong po ninyo. Okay, eto na po yun sila. Si Class A, meron po tayong iba't ibang structure. No? Meron po tayong iba't ibang structure po natin dito. Eto, to install the wire in the plug, the clip should point away from you. Again, the clip should point away from you. So imagine if this is my clip, no, I should put it this way, away from you, so that the pin number 1 should be facing to your left and pin number 8 should be facing to your right. Nakuha po ba? Okay. Now, ano po ba yung pinagkakaiba ni Class A at saka ni Class B? Ah, okay. Ano po ba yung pinagkakaiba ni Class A at saka ni Class B? Ito lang, very simple. There is one category. There are very noticeable na mga aspects. Pinagkakaiba ni Class A at saka si Class B. Noon teachers, no? Noon si Class A ginamit yan siya for backward compatibility ng mga wiring connections po natin. No? But the common right now is Class B natin. Okay, the common connections right now is what we have on is the Class B natin. At the same time, si Class A po natin at saka si Class B natin, iba-iba po yung kanilang kulay sa kanilang loob. 'Di ba? Sa kanilang color coding, si Class A, pin number 1 or terminal number 1, it should always start with white, green. Again, always start with white, green. While si Class B po natin, meron po yang white, orange ang terminal number 1. Again, si Class A po natin dito ngayon, meron po siyang tinatawag na white green for terminal or pin number 1, while si si Class B natin po teachers is white-orange po ang kanyang pin number 1. Now, eto pa. May isa pang tanong dito ngayon. Sir, ano po ba yung pinagkakaiba ng tinatawag namin na na cat A at saka cat 5 at saka cat 6? 'Di ba? Pag sinabi nyo teachers, no? Uy, cat 6 yan. Uy, cat 5 yan. Teachers, pag sinabi mong cat, hindi po yan pusa. Okay? It's not pusa by nature. Give me the full word for cat. Computer majors. Give me the full word for cat. Wala ba ditong computer major? Very good, Karin Evangelista. That is called category. Category 5, category 6. Now, ano yung pinagkakaiba ng category 5 at saka category 6? Okay, first and foremost, that's correct, Joseph Lazo. That is kapal ng dalawa. Tama? Mas makapal si category 6 compared to category 5. Ano pa? Ano pa yung pinagkakaiba ng category 5 na LAN wire at saka category 6 na LAN wire? 'Di ba? The thickness of their wire differs. Mas makapal sino? Si category 6 o si category 5? Of course, teachers, mas makapal dito ngayon si category 6. No, si cat 6 natin. Bakit po ba mas makapal po sila, sir? It's because category 5 teachers has a limited data rate of at least 100 Mbps. 100 Mbps. Habang si category number 6 naman teachers, that is up to 10 gigabytes per second or 10 Gbps po natin. Meaning to say, 'di ba? Mas malaki yung open ng kanilang wire, mas maraming transfer. Oh, so si category 5 pala, definitely mas mahina siya sa transfer protocol or sa transfer procedures natin compared kay category 6 natin. Okay? And that explains our LAN wires po natin. Kumbaga, ang transfer po ng natin ang frequency transfer po ng ating category 5 is 100 megahertz, no? 100 megahertz. Ang transfer po ng frequency po ng ating category 6 is 250 megahertz. Ah, 'di ba? Tama nga naman. It's for the capacity of their data transfer. Now, again, the capacity of the data transfer depends on what category you are using. Cat 5 or Cat 6 pa po yun. Okay, next question of the night. The answer here is crimping tool. Now, hopefully next week we can now calculate the binary digits of a letter and of a number. A light bulb has a voltage of 120 volts and a current of 0.5 amperes. What is its power output? Again, a light bulb has a voltage of 120 volts and a current of 0.5 amperes. What is its power output? Teachers were looking for power. Very simple lang. Power is equal to the voltage multiplied by the current. Tama? Power is equal to IVP. So, if we have 120 as our voltage po natin, i-multiply mo din by 0.5, we will get an answer. We will get an answer of 60 since power po teachers naka-watts na po siya. Now, convert 60 watts to kilowatt. Go. Convert 60 watts to kilowatt. Go. Di ba? Convert 60 watts to kilowatt. Convert 60 watt to kilowatt. Huy, 0.6 kilowatt? 600 watts po yan kapag Hala, 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 hala. Eto na lang, para di malito. 60 divided by 1,000. Oh, ika nga nila, pagkano yan? Ha? Oh, very good. That is 0.06. Kasi po, kapag 0.6 lang po, that is 600 watts. Kasi po yung divisor nyo po is 1,000. Tama. No? So if we are going to convert 60 watts into kilowatt, this will equal to 0.06 kilowatt. And this is a power output given that you have 120 volts and a 0.5 ampere current in a given circuit. Next question of the night, teachers. Ano yung tawag mo sa mga unsolicited, hindi mo hiningi pero dumating? Hindi mo kinailangan pero ando na. Is it letter A, spam? Hindi po yung spam na niluluto nyo sa umaga, ha? Newsletter, phishing emails, junk mails. Letter? The answer is letter A, spam. Di ba in your email, teachers, you have this what they call a spam folder? And these spam folder, teachers, they are typically includes advertisements. Di ba? They are advertisements, promotions, no? Ganun yun. Okay, these are on our spam folders natin. Now, yung newsletters. Sir, bakit po ba si newsletter hindi siya nahuhulog bilang isang spam? Kasi po si newsletter, teachers, kinakailangan mong mag-subscribe. Tama? No? Minsan nakaka-receive kayo ng update ng Sunstar, nakaka-receive kayo ng update ng ganon, ganyan. Kasi po, nag-subscribe po kayo doon. At isa po sa mga inagree nyo na statement is you opt to receive the newsletter by yourself. And remember that newsletters are not solicited. Ah, no? Phishing emails. Kumbaga yung sa ano, kumbaga minsan makareceive kayo ng BDO account, 'di ba sa text, 'di ba? 'Di ba sa misa sa mga text niyo sa mga ano, in 5 days your account in BDO will be closed. Please click this link for follow-up of your details to receive to ano. No, kung may BDO account ka, talagang matataranta ka. Pero kung wala kang BDO account tapos naka-receive ka ng BDO na account na maka-close yung bank account mo, talagang scam yun kasi wala kang ano, 'di ba? Pero teachers, minsan yung phishing emails kasi, no? They almost follow the same na mga they almost follow the same na mga font style ng ating mga official banks po natin. So kaya ingat-ingat po, no, sa pagkuha ng mga information, pag-type ng mga information sa inyong computers. Gayon. Next question, teachers. These are devices that is connected to a computer system to expand its functionality, such as the printer or the keyboard natin. Again, connected to a computer system para po mas magamit ang kanilang mga different functions. Hindi po scanner, monitor, or USB. They are termed as our peripherals. Again, they are called our peripherals. So, peripherals may be input devices or output devices po natin. Now, a maintenance procedure that makes your file more secured. Letter A, back up your files. Letter B, delete temporary files. Letter C, install or secure password. Letter D, update antivirus and spywares. Again, your clue word here is your files must be secured. Letter A, back up your files. Letter B, delete your files. Letter C, install or secure password. And letter D, update antivirus and spyware. Teachers, practicality dito ha. Let us try to think about this scenario. No? Teachers, remember always that letter B does not obtain or does not agree with the statement. No? Pero again kasi dito, paano mo secure yung file? Of course, mag-backup ka ng file. Pangalawa, lagyan mo ng password. Pang-apat, maglagay ka ng antivirus Pangatlo. Pero alin sa kanilang tatlo ang mag-a-umbrella sa lahat-lahat? The answer here, teachers, is not letter C, sorry. It's not letter C. It's not installing or securing password. No matter how secure password you have, no? Pero kung may virus naman yung inyong mga file, ligwak agad yung backing up your file. Because file to be more secured, na hindi po siya mawawala agad-agad, you should back up your file. Teachers, back up your file is the answer, the final answer here, and not the password. Again, no matter how secure your computer is, pero may antivirus din po siya. Pero however, nang ma-expire yung antivirus mo, di mo na malayan. So, nangyari, wala kang backup na file. So, nadi-delete lahat. Therefore, the correct answer here, this should be letter A, back up your files. And last question of the night, teachers. The following characteristics of the softwood except. Di ba? The following are characteristics of the softwood except. Letter A, it has a faster growth rate. Letter B, it has a moisture content of 6 to 12%. Letter C, it can produce sap. And letter D, it can be used for producing papers. Again, the following are characteristics of the softwood except. Softwood. Agoy, agoy, agoy. Agoy. Softwood ang teachers. Di ba kapag softwood teachers, mas maraming moisture content? Di ba? Kaya nga yung mga softwoods natin, gaya ng mga pine tree, mabilis po silang tumubo. At the same time, they are used for papers at marami po silang mga sap. Pero yung kanilang moisture content is not 6 to 12%. No, that is usually 14 to 20%. Because that sustains being their softness of the wood. The correct answer there is letter B. The moisture content of 6 to 12% is not owned by the softwood, but rather those are for the hardwood. Tama, hardwood is 6 to 12%, while our softwood is normally 14 to 20%. Diba? Therefore, the correct answer here is letter B. Teachers, maraming salamat for joining Sir Chan's Tale Tambayan for tonight's video natin. No, I appreciate teachers your effort in joining our team for tonight's session. Okay? So, I appreciate your effort in joining Sir Chan's Tale Tambayan. And we will be seeing each other on Saturday po, teachers, para po sa ating fifth halo-halo session natin. No? I hope that you have learned something tonight, and I hope that you will review your answers para po, you will review our drills para po we will have a good score at the end of the day. No? So I will be posting another drill po sa ating YouTube. Sana po ay tangkilikin niyo po 'yon and you're going to review with it. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. We will be seeing each other on Saturday. Paalam. Bye.